Welcome to the SeizeYourBusiness.com podcast and videocast. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law. My co-host, Jim Waszak from Success Enhancement, couldn't be here today, but I'm here with Tom Thornton from Action Screen Print, and today we're going to talk about how to get the most bang for your buck out of promotional materials. So thanks for being here today, Tom.
No problem. Glad to be here.
So fill me in on what you do and what your background is and why you're great.
Well, I've been in the graphics industry for over 20 years in one way or another. So I used to do museum graphics for a lot of the museums in downtown Chicago and the Chicago Bulls, big banners that hang in United Center and things like that. Yeah. Yes, that's how I spent the first 20 years of my business. But when that whole industry started changing and the museums put in their own printers, they didn't really need our services anymore. So I made the switch to screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products. So that's what I'm doing now.
So we wanted to talk about how to get the most bang for your buck, and you were telling me offline that you had a lot of research available for what people view the most or what has the most longevity. So fill me in.
Yeah, well, we do a lot of research because people, I'll go to an appointment, go see a client, and they'll say, well, what should we do for this event or that? So what you want to look for is something that you're going to hand something out. You're going to give somebody something, and you want them to keep whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So, things like, there's everyday things like pens and hand sanitizers, and you go to these trade shows and they're giving, basically junk away that you're either going to give away to your kids or throw away or not keep.
And money you spend on that is kind of wasted.
You spend money on that.
Because what you want is for people to see your name around the house and
exactly.
register in their brains that you exist.
Exactly. So you want to spend, a couple extra cents. You can pay 20 cents, 30 cents more for something that people are going to keep, hold on to, use in the future. Mm-hmm. An example, the promotional product with the longest longevity is a pizza cutter.
Right. So, by longevity, that's just something they're not going to throw away.
That's something they're not going to throw away. They're going to put it in their kitchen drawer. They're going to keep it, and every time they get pizza, they're going to pull it out, and there's your name and phone number on it.
Because everybody loses their pizza cutter, and you always need. It's something you always need. So.
Yeah. So it's going to be in your kitchen drawer. When you go get a pizza, you're going to pull it out. You're going to use it, and there's your company logo on it. So. Okay. So a pizza cutter, something like a tape measure. I have a tape measure, no lie, that was given to me in the early 90s by Photo Lab. And Photo Labs don't even exist anymore. Film processing and printing, 1 hour Photo Lab gave me it's in my desk drawer.
So the tape measure outlasted the industry.
Exactly. So the tape measure, I still have it. I still use it all the time. It's in my desk drawer, and I have to, check the size of something. I pull it out, and it's there.
Now, it seems like the drawback would be something like a pizza cutter or a tape measure is going to be more expensive than the crap that people throw away, like pens.
Well, if you're ordering in quantity, it's it is, like I said, it is going to be a few cents more, whether it's, 50 cents or $1 more, but think how many more views you're going to get out of it because people are holding on to it.
Sure. So it's about finding that right blend of affordability versus, it's almost like when you're doing internet marketing, you're paying per click. You want to think about it as paying per view, not just how much the item costs.
Yeah, or how long it's going to, because I don't know how many clients call me and say, oh, I want some hand sanitizer. Well, they come in a little bottle. If people use hand sanitizer at all, a lot of people are going to throw it away anyway because they don't use it. But the people who do use it, it's a little bitty bottle. They're going to use it up in a week or two, and then it's gone.
So, what are some other items that you recommend for longevity purposes?
Well, longevity purposes is really anything that people are going to put in their drawer in the kitchen. Whether it's a pie cutter, whether it's a cutting board, whether it's a knife of some sort, or we do the knives that like box cutter type knives. People keep those. I mean, anything that people are going to keep and use, whether it's in their toolbox in their workshop, whether it's in a kitchen drawer, whether it's just they're going to keep around the house and use. So those are the items with the longest longevity, and then you have the items that are the most views per item, which would be something like the cinch bags are really popular. The drawstring bags.
Sure.
I mean, you go to a dog park or a park on any given day, or even just anywhere, and people are always carrying those things around.
Mm-hmm.
So those may not have the longest life, but they're going to have a lot of views. They get the most view per piece. Unique views per piece, because I walk my dogs every weekend at the park. Every time I go to the park, I can count at least 15 to 20 people carrying a bag on their shoulder of some sort. So.
And unlike with a pizza cutter, you're not just talking about the person you gave it to viewing it. You're talking about everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. That's where you get unique views. Is so something like a bag. Because people, you go to the grocery store, you see people carrying bags. It doesn't have to be the cinch bag, but any type of bag that people can reuse and carry. Because people. They don't want to use the plastic bags anymore, so they take their own bags to the grocery store or wherever they go, and there's your logo on the bag, because people, they reuse them, they save them, they take them places, and every place they go, there's your logo. They're carrying them around.
So what else gets it has a high view percentage, I guess.
Well, as much as I don't like pens do have a high view. I mean, because
but they don't have the longevity.
They don't have the longevity.
Lost.
They run out of ink eventually. There are brands of pens that run out quickly, but we carry the ones that will last you at least a little bit of time. But people give, even if they don't use them, they end up giving them away, or lending them to somebody, not getting them back. So they circulate around. So they do get some views, but.
So if someone's going to come to you, let's say I own a law firm, and I'm going to come to you and say, listen, I want to do some sort of promotional material. I have no idea what I want to do. What are the first couple things that you recommend? Is it the stuff we discussed? Just say, hey, let's do pizza cutters or cinch bags, or how do you determine what's right for?
Well, I try to match it up with the industry. Try to think of something that matches your industry. I mean, the attorneys are kind of difficult.
I've been told for many reasons.
Yeah, but because it's something that there really isn't anything you give out that would match your industry. But some pens work good for attorneys, and and the cinch bags work for anybody. I mean, you can go to any event, whether it's an outdoor event, like a 4th of July event or a street party or whatever, and you can give out cinch bags and people are going to use them.
Mm.
But then, if we can't match it by industry, we kind of try to match it by the type of event that you're having.
We've been having a booth at the town festival, Grove Fest, for, the past 5 years, basically we've had a booth. And the first year, we just, on a whim, kind of got some balloons to give out to kids. And it worked so beautifully, because anywhere you went in the entire festival,
right,
there were O'Flaherty Law balloons, and everyone at the whole festival saw our balloons. So
yeah.
we got the high view rate, I guess, on those. No longevity, but
right, yeah.
But it worked out really well, and that year we were the only business that was giving out balloons. After that, everyone started doing it,
yeah.
But that worked out really well for us.
Well, for an event, balloons are good, or people give out kids the temporary tattoos. I'm not a big fan of those, but I do have a lot of people who at festivals give out things like that. Just you get the quick view, I guess you could
Mm-hmm.
say, where you're everywhere and then it's gone. But balloons are a penny a piece or whatever. So
yeah.
So they work well for something like that.
So if I've got in a marketing budget, let's say I've got X amount of dollars that I am going to spend on marketing per month, and I have to divide that between print marketing, whether that's magazines or direct mail, and internet marketing and promotional materials. How would you recommend I, as a business owner, kind of decide, okay, well, the promotional materials are going to be where I should allocate X amount of dollars versus these other, because it's all, the more I hear you talk about it, the more it's all just getting impressions, you know, and
Yeah.
they all all those different forms of marketing have the same goal, and how do they work together,
Well,
or how do you decide
the
how to
thing
do
is, with something like promotional products, people like to get something. You
Mhm.
know, when you're talking about a magazine ad, yeah, there's your ad in a magazine, but the people aren't getting anything. When you're handing somebody something, you know, whether it's a balloon or a bag or a pen or anything, people are like, oh wow, they gave me this. you
Yeah.
know, so that right there gives you a little bit extra recognition than just seeing an ad in a magazine or something, because people like to get stuff.
Mhm.
Whether it's a T-shirt or whatever you're handing out, they're going to remember your business because you gave them something. Oh, remember that guy that gave me the T-shirt? Remember that guy that gave my kids the balloon that day? Let's call him.
Yeah.
Because it's community recognition. In one way or another. So.
Is there a strategy that, I know with other forms of marketing, before you even do it, you're going to want to have a strategy for how broad it's going to be to even be useful. Because if I'm giving out, 3 pens, it's probably not going to be worth, even if it only cost me, $1.50 to do it, there's not going to be much impact. Do you talk to people about kind of coming up with a strategy for how to use promo materials on an ongoing basis, or
Yeah, because you want to plan for your events, and I don't know how many events you do per year, but there are companies that do several events a year, and we kind of try to look at the event, who's coming to the event, how many people are coming to the event, and if it's a trade show or something where there's just going to be a lot of random people, that's the kind of trade show where you want to give out something maybe a little cheaper, like a pen or something like that. But if it's something that's industry specific, that these could be real potential clients, that's where you might want to pay a little bit more and get, say you're a contractor, and this is a contractor specific, or people who are coming to that might be thinking about remodeling their homes. Mm-hmm. You want to give them something a little bit nicer that they're going to keep because you want your logo
because they're really hot leads.
Yeah, they're hot leads. So it may be something like the box cutter knife or something that they're going to, or tape measure that they're going to keep around their house, because then when it comes time to remodel, they're going to say, oh yeah, they gave me that knife, let's call them,
sure.
Or let's look up their number, I know I got their knife in my toolbox or whatever. Okay. So things like that are gonna, we kind of try to plan for what type of an event that you're going to, or that it's going to be at, that you're giving away things, because it depends on if it's a hot lead or just the general public where people are going to be grabbing something.
Sure. So any other wisdom about promotional material strategy that you want to share that we haven't covered?
Let's see. Well, I mean, there's always there's so much stuff. People think of promo items just as you don't really think about it unless you're doing it, and there's just so much that goes into it that you don't even think about. But
want to give me a couple bullet points that you can think of off the top of your head that people should be considering when it is time to do promo items?
Well, it's it's like anything else. You get out of it what you put into it. I mean, if you can't really go into it thinking about you just want to do something cheap, mm-hmm. because I know the company I work for, we always say we're not going to be the cheapest in town, but we're going to give you guidance along the way. You don't want somebody, if you go to get promo items, you don't want to just go anywhere, because there really has to be some thought put into it.
And you'll help come up with a strategy.
It will help come up with a strategy. We'll help come up with the right kind of product. And you really do need to put some thought into it. I mean, it's not something where you just go to a website and say, oh, these would be nice to give out. Okay. Because you want to go to somebody who's going to help you along the way.
Sure.
help you evaluate the event, see if it's something that you should maybe spend 20 cents more on an item and give them something that's going to last a little longer, or whether it's something that's going to get, you can get a bag to hand out for a couple bucks, and those bags are going to get you a lot of views.
So if someone wants to reach you and they need some advice on promo items, how can they reach you?
They can call Action Screen Print. The number is 630-940-3830, or email me at tom@actionprint.com.
Okay. If you want to reach me, you can go to o'flaherty-law.com or seizeyourbusiness.com, where you can watch all sorts of, this is like our 65th or 66th episode, so you can watch our other episodes or listen to them in podcast form. If you want to schedule a legal consultation, we do free consultations, 630-324-6666. And Jim Waszak's info is on seizeyourbusiness.com as well if you need some help for business improv. So thanks so much for your time today, Tom.
Great, thank you.